So it's been a while, huh? Some of you have been here from the very beginning when my videos weren't even in 4K yet. Most of you, though, came recently after I actually learned how to improve my YouTube videos, mainly listening to your own tips. 1.5 years later, there are over 3,000 of you who chose not only to watch 1 or 2 of my videos, but chose to subscribe and watch my content on a regular basis. Sometimes it sounds like little, especially in terms of earnings, and we will talk about that later on this video, but it is not. I had to have over 1.3 million impressions and 100,000 views to get to that mark. I heard this would not be easy. In fact, it is still not. I hope that by the time I monetize my channel, it would quickly grow and I'd make money out of it in no time. But in reality, I still make very little money from YouTube. Most of my income comes from photo sessions, and by now I'm still doing this because I have the support and help of Ricardo, my amazing husband, who's been by my side on my decision of doing this from the beginning. I come from the music background though, and I know that anything involving art can take some time to take off. It is amazing when it does, but it can take time. I want to share the numbers with you. I want to do it mainly because you're part of this, and I know many of you also dream of starting a YouTube channel. And knowing how the people who started before me in my niche are doing is something that interests me a lot, and I figured might also interest many of you. If you remember a video I recorded about 6 months ago, exactly when I reached my first year on YouTube, at that point my stats weren't that different from what they are today. My channel is growing, I can tell that for sure, but it is steadily and slowly growing. YouTube's algorithm did not help me much so far. As you can see, most of my traffic came from YouTube search back in March, and the exact same thing keeps happening now, with the difference that now, as I have more videos and as some of my videos are ranking well in search, I'm generating more views. But it's not an insane amount of views. So if we were at 6.9 thousand views per month in March, now we're at 9.4 thousand views. The watch time is considerably bigger. I almost doubled the amount of subscribers I'm gaining per month. Now, if you check my reach here, at that point, 15% of my views were coming from YouTube recommendations. Now 16.5% of my views are coming from recommendations. So as I said, no big difference there. Revenue hasn't changed that much, and that's mainly because my RPM dropped a little in the last couple of months, and it is normal that it oscillates. What changed is that more and more I get contacted by brands who want me to talk about their products in exchange for products or sponsorships. Usually with partnerships that at this point generates me from $150 to $700 a month. But then, of course, I only choose a few of these brands to work with when I like the products and when it is something that I would and will actually use myself. So at this point, I'd say I get contacted by around 7 to 15 brands per month, and at the end I agreed to talk about 1 or 2 of them. Another source of income I have is Amazon affiliates, which hasn't increased much yet either. It's been there around $50 to $150 per month up until today. So in total, nowadays, I'd say I'm making from $250 to $1,000 per month on YouTube. But sometimes part of that is not measured in actual money, but part of it in products instead. I'm always keeping an eye on my YouTube analytics, how far people watch my videos, click-through rate, interaction, how well the videos perform in search, and I usually compare them to other bigger creators on the photography niche because I always want to make sure I'm ranking minimally as the average. And so far we're doing good. But as you see, it's no lie. It takes time, and having a plan B until you're able to live out of it is important, especially if you're the only or the main source of income in your house or family. I said this before and I will repeat it again though. I love doing YouTube. YouTube allows me to be creative and free. It gives me opportunities that working exclusively as a portrait photographer, a wedding photographer, a product photographer, and so on, do not give me. Plus, I'm a true believer of the importance of creating sources of income that will work for you while you sleep. And YouTube is one of these. I do not intend to stop shooting for clients. I love doing that also, but maybe when I'm 50 or 60, I will want to do something else. Who knows? Then I've got other sources of income working for me no matter what. And that is something I take for life and that I practice ever since I got some money to save. I invested in the stock market and I promised not to touch that money for at least the next 10 years to come. And it's fun to see how it grows exactly as YouTube, mainly if you compare dividend earnings. In the first year, you get practically nothing. Second year, you start to see something. Third year, it starts to get exciting. Fourth year, whoa, now we're getting good. Fifth year, even better, and so on. It gets better and better and better. As long as you keep believing and you stick to the plan. As long as you keep the strategy and only change it if it's for the better. But giving up, it's not an option. I'm sure many challenges will come as this channel grows and as my life goes on. And when they do, I will come back here and hopefully share these new challenges with you, but also to share the knowledge and conquests that happen on the way. So that way I will allow myself to be a better artist and a better person and hopefully inspire you to do the same. Day after day, year after year. 1.5 years and 95 videos later, we're now more than 3,000. Thank you so much for being one of the first 3,000 subscribers to my channel. I hope to see you around here for many years to come. You're amazing. You rock. Love you. Thank you so much.